Power in the 1980s was measured not only by numbers but by presence. It was the age of tailored suits, mirrored towers, and engines that spoke softly yet carried immense authority. Luxury was not loud or wild. It was confident, deliberate, and crafted for those who had already arrived. In that world, one machine came to represent the summit of automotive sophistication, the peak of a philosophy that balanced comfort, performance, and endurance with the restraint of old-world craftsmanship. It became the car that CEOs stepped into, diplomats trusted, and enthusiasts quietly admired as the pinnacle of an era when engineering meant everything. This story explores that icon of design and discipline, the Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL from 1986. A machine that defined what luxury power could be before technology and excess changed the meaning forever. If you enjoy deep dives into automotive legends, remember to like, subscribe, and comment on which classic you want to explore next. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 did not emerge from marketing ambition, but from an with perfection that bordered on monastic discipline. It was the centerpiece of the W126 generation, itself a product of one of the most meticulous design programs in Mercedes history. Development began in the late 1970s when the world faced an energy crisis and a shifting view of luxury. Opulence was still desired, but extravagance risked backlash. Mercedes engineers were tasked with creating a flagship that projected responsibility without sacrificing presence. The result would become a global symbol of understated power. The 560 SEL's design language was deceptively simple, defined by smooth, aerodynamically refined surfaces, a lower beltline, and flush glass integration that reduced drag. The body was larger yet more efficient than its predecessor, offering improved visibility and a sense of command that reflected both comfort and control. At over 16 feet long, the long wheelbase SEL variant represented the ultimate expression of the S-Class idea. Every curve and crease had been tested in the wind tunnel to ensure silent, stable cruising at autobahn speeds. Inside, the cabin was a sanctuary. Thick wool carpets, soft yet structured leather seats, and switchgear engineered with an audible click created an experience of precision rather than indulgence. Unlike rivals that equated luxury with flash, the 560 SEL's character was defined by calm. Its engineering excellence communicated success through restraint. Under the hood lay the 5.6-liter M117 V8, producing around 275 horsepower in US specification and more in unrestricted European form. Though not the most powerful sedan in raw numbers, its torque delivery and refinement created effortless acceleration. Mercedes tuned the drivetrain for seamless power rather than outright aggression. The 4-speed automatic shifted with an authority that inspired confidence rather than excitement. It was not built to race. It was built to arrive, no matter the distance or weather. In an era when turbocharging and computer gimmicks began to dominate conversation, the 560 SEL represented mechanical purity. Its chassis combined double wishbone front suspension and semi-trailing arm rear geometry refined over decades. Optional self-leveling rear suspension maintained composure even when fully loaded. Steering was hydraulic and precise, communicating the road's texture without fatigue. The car's balance between isolation and engagement remains legendary because it did not seek to isolate the driver completely. It filtered chaos but preserved awareness. Safety, long a Mercedes obsession, reached new levels in the W126 platform. Crumple zones were re-engineered, the passenger cell reinforced with high-tensile steel, and the interior designed for controlled deformation under high load. It was one of the first production sedans to offer a driver's airbag, seatbelt pre-tensioners, and anti-lock braking as an integrated safety suite. Even the door locks were pneumatic, ensuring silent operation and reliability. The 560 SEL became known for a kind of over-engineering that bordered on philosophy. Nothing was left to chance, and everything was built for longevity. In real-world tests, these cars often covered hundreds of thousands of miles with little degradation in comfort or performance. A testament to the depth of Mercedes' engineering ethos during that era. Yet what made the 560 SEL special was not just how it was built, but how it made its owner feel. To sit behind its wheel was to sense command without aggression, to glide rather than surge. The long hood and upright grille symbolized purpose, but the interior whispered composure. Diplomats used it as a mobile office. Executives saw it as an extension of the boardroom. Even in Hollywood, it appeared not as a status prop but as a shorthand for authority earned. The car's silence at speed created an almost meditative experience. Conversation could continue at 80 miles per hour with ease, thanks to exceptional sound insulation and balanced aerodynamics. The doors closed with a reassuring solidity that became a benchmark. That distinctive thunk was the sound of German precision meeting timeless design. Every component was designed to be felt, not just seen. Even the climate control system, a complex vacuum-controlled marvel, adjusted airflow in stages to maintain equilibrium, not merely temperature. Unlike modern systems driven by algorithms, this one was mechanical art in motion, balancing complexity with reliability. The 560 SEL's lighting system used wide-beam halogens integrated into aerodynamic housings, offering clarity before HID and LED eras redefined brightness. At night, the car projected not just illumination but presence. Beyond the technical achievements, the cultural meaning of the Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 deserves attention. It became the car of choice for those who valued dignity over display. Heads of state, business magnates, and even intelligence services preferred it because it communicated stability. In regions of political uncertainty, the sight of a 560 SEL symbolized continuity and control. For many, it became the unofficial car of order. Yet its aura extended beyond politics. It represented a peak of engineering realism, built at a time when cost accounting had not yet taken control of design. Each unit embodied an era when Mercedes sought to engineer perfection first and calculate profitability later. Its manufacturing process was intensive, involving hand finishing of panels, extensive rust-proofing, and material selection that prioritized longevity over marketing trends. Paint quality was measured in microns. Chrome trim alignment was inspected by eye. This level of devotion became economically unsustainable in later years, making the W126 generation the last of its kind in that respect. The 560 SEL was also a paradox. It was a luxury car during a time of increasing scrutiny toward corporate excess. It projected responsibility while quietly being among the most expensive sedans in the world. Yet it escaped criticism because it did not flaunt success, it carried it with grace. The distinction mattered, and it shaped how the automotive industry perceived true luxury. While others embraced digital dashboards and pop-up headlamps, the W126 stuck to clarity and function. Its analog dials, tactile buttons, and restrained use of wood created an environment where form served function. This philosophy made it timeless. Decades later, its design feels coherent and balanced, neither nostalgic nor dated. Even enthusiasts today marvel at how its proportions still feel right. Its presence on the road commands respect without demanding attention. Maintenance of the 560 SEL, while demanding in precision, revealed how deeply thought out every system was. The hydraulic leveling system, though complex, offered unparalleled ride comfort when maintained properly. The engine's mechanical fuel injection, robust and responsive, could endure years of service with proper care. Electrical systems, grounded in redundancy, rarely failed catastrophically. Even rust protection, often a weakness in older vehicles, was comprehensive thanks to galvanization and wax sealing that covered hidden seams. Owners often remark that when well kept, these cars age not by wearing out but by growing into their character. This endurance transformed them from commodities into heirlooms. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 was more than a sedan. It was a statement of values. It balanced speed with serenity, power with proportion, and progress with permanence. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 was not simply the evolution of a successful flagship. It was a turning point that defined the philosophical core of the brand for decades. To understand its deeper significance, one must see how it existed at the crossroads of old-world craftsmanship and a rapidly changing technological landscape. The early 1980s saw increasing pressure for digital integration, emission control, and electronic convenience. Yet the 560 SEL managed to integrate innovation without surrendering mechanical integrity. It embodied a transitional ideal where engineers still overruled accountants, and designers still prioritized timelessness over trend. Every component was designed for harmony. The car felt cohesive because each system, engine, chassis, safety, and comfort, was developed in-house with a shared mission of endurance. The 560 SEL's 5.6-liter V8 may not have been radical in concept, but its refinement elevated it beyond numbers. Smooth torque delivery, balance at high revs, and thermal stability under extreme stress gave the car an effortless character. It could accelerate swiftly for its size. Yet it was never meant to shock. The genius lay in the subtleties. How the throttle tip-in felt progressive, how the transmission avoided unnecessary shifts, how the idle remained nearly vibration-free even after years of use. Engineers spent thousands of hours on NVH control, using specialized mounts and subframe bushings that filtered harshness without muting feel. The 560 SEL's suspension calibration achieved something rare. A sedan that could glide over broken pavement yet retain composure in tight corners. In long-distance travel, this balance became addictive. Where other cars transmitted fatigue through constant adjustment or noise, the W126 allowed the driver to relax without losing awareness. That trait made it the unofficial standard for diplomatic travel and executive fleets worldwide. Its sense of calm under pressure turned it into more than transportation. It became a trusted environment. The psychology of that experience cannot be overstated. During the 1980s, when economic volatility and global uncertainty were common, the 560 SEL projected stability. For its owners, it was an anchor of predictability in a fast-changing world. They could step inside, close the door, and the world outside would soften. That feeling of control and quiet confidence became the emotional core of its appeal. The exterior design played its part. Chief designer Bruno Sacco described design as long-term responsibility. The 560 SEL exemplified that principle. The proportions were exact, the surfaces taut, and the detailing free from vanity. The car looked both contemporary and permanent. Subtle chrome accents highlighted form without excess. Unlike flashier luxury sedans, the W126 achieved elegance through proportion and precision. Its grille stood upright but never aggressive. Its stance was assertive but graceful. Even after decades, that visual restraint keeps it relevant. Many modern sedans still borrow its cues. Clarity of line, continuity of surface, and the belief that true luxury is measured in restraint. Inside, the ergonomic set benchmarks still respected today. The driving position was upright yet relaxed. Sight lines were excellent, controls logically placed, and materials tactily honest. Real wood veneer, thick leather, and metal accents worked together without pretense. The switches felt substantial because they were built to last millions of cycles, not marketing seasons. The 560 SEL also introduced electronic safety systems that would become industry standards. Its ABS, airbag integration, and structural rigidity represented a holistic approach to occupant protection. This was not reactive engineering but preventive design philosophy. Engineers assumed failure conditions before they occurred, designing redundancies and tolerances that turned potential weaknesses into margins of safety. As a result, the 560 SEL gained a reputation not only for reliability but for trustworthiness, a distinction that influenced how owners formed emotional attachments to their cars. Maintenance culture around the W126 further deepened its reputation. Mercedes offered extensive service documentation and training, ensuring that technicians treated the car as a precision instrument. Owners were expected to maintain it meticulously, and many did, creating a legacy of well-preserved examples still operating today. These surviving vehicles demonstrate how robustly the original engineering philosophy was executed. Even after decades, door seals remain tight, dashboards resist cracking, and drivetrains deliver refinement unmatched by many newer sedans. The attention to detail extended into unseen areas. The wiring harness insulation, the felt lining inside door panels, and the corrosion-resistant bolts. It is in these invisible choices that the car's true genius reveals itself. Many luxury cars look impressive on the surface, but the W126 560 SEL of 1986 was engineered from the inside out. It was luxury defined as durability, comfort defined as control, and design defined as integrity. That mindset reflected a broader social value of the time, the belief that excellence should endure. However, this same perfectionism contained the seeds of its eventual transformation. By the early 1990s, Mercedes faced mounting costs associated with such uncompromising engineering. The world was shifting toward electronic complexity, modular production, and shorter product cycles. The 560 SEL became a victim of its own brilliance. It was too well built to fit the new economic realities. Yet its influence persisted as a benchmark that later models were measured against, even when they could not replicate its purity. Driving the 560 SEL today feels like stepping into a time capsule of priorities. The analog gauges, solid feedback, and absence of screen clutter emphasize the mechanical essence of driving. There is no artificial enhancement, no synthetic sound. The car communicates through feel, not programming. Modern drivers accustomed to digital filters often rediscover authenticity behind its wheel. It delivers an experience unmediated by algorithms. This analog quality explains why enthusiasts increasingly view the W126 as the last truly classic S-Class, bridging the handcrafted era and the electronic age. Collectors value it not for nostalgia, but for its philosophy. The car stands as a reference point for what happens when engineering is guided by purpose rather than expedience. When new, the 560 SEL commanded respect in boardrooms and embassies. Today, it commands reverence among connoisseurs who recognize its deeper significance. It represents a moment when luxury and responsibility could coexist, when power did not need to shout, and when excellence was measurable in silence. That silence, at idle, at speed, and over time, is the essence of its mastery. Even in motion, the 560 SEL feels still. It centers the driver rather than agitating them. Few vehicles achieve such serenity without dullness. The 560 SEL's brilliance lies in its confidence. The assurance that nothing inside or out needs exaggeration. Each component simply performs. In that consistency lies its soul, and that soul continues to influence automotive design long after production ended. The 560 SEL was not just a machine. It was a worldview expressed in steel and leather. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 carried a legacy that extended far beyond its production years. It became both a mirror of its era and a compass for future generations of luxury sedans. Its story after the showroom is one of transformation. From executive flagship to cultural icon to enduring classic. As it aged, the car's virtues became even clearer because the world around it changed faster than anyone anticipated. The 1990s introduced touch-screen promises, complex electronics, and performance wars that sought to define luxury through spectacle rather than substance. Yet those who had experienced the 560 SEL's quiet command understood that its kind of excellence could not be digitized. It proved that true sophistication comes from balance, not excess. The car's legacy began with its owners. Many original buyers held positions of influence. Politicians, diplomats, financiers, and their vehicles often remained in service for decades. Fleet records from various governments showed that W126 models were maintained long past their expected lifespans because replacements never matched their composure. The 560 SEL became a fixture at embassies, consulates, and private estates worldwide, serving as a silent witness to history. Its durability allowed it to outlast political regimes, economic cycles, and shifting tastes, making it both artifact and participant in global change. Even as newer sedans offered more power and electronics, few matched the 560 SEL's equilibrium. It struck a balance between comfort and control that made long journeys feel effortless. Its steering and ride calibration gave the driver confidence without fatigue. That experience forged loyalty, creating a community of enthusiasts who continue to preserve these cars as symbols of engineering integrity. Among collectors, the 560 SEL holds a special place because it represents the last chapter of a philosophy. The W126 generation was the final flagship developed under the assumption that every part should outlive the car's first owner. Later models pursued complexity. This one pursued coherence. The simplicity of its design made it timeless, but the thoroughness of its execution made it immortal. Decades later, restorers find that even high-mileage examples can be revived to near-new condition with relative ease because the fundamentals were built to endure. Each component was accessible, reparable, and designed with service in mind, an increasingly rare trait in modern vehicles. The materials inside aged gracefully. Leather developed patina instead of decay, wood retained luster, and switchgear maintained its tactile precision. This longevity transformed the 560 SEL into a benchmark for sustainable luxury long before the term became fashionable. It demonstrated that long-term usability could be the truest form of environmental responsibility. By building a car meant to last, Mercedes inadvertently created one of the most enduring symbols of efficiency through quality. The car's cultural presence also evolved. In film and television, the 560 SEL became visual shorthand for authority and success. Its understated profile communicated power without arrogance. It appeared in scenes that required credibility: corporate driveways, government convoys, and moments of quiet negotiation. Unlike flashier exotics, it projected seriousness. It was the car of those who did not need to prove anything. This cinematic symbolism reinforced its real-world identity. For audiences, the 560 SEL became a character in itself, the embodiment of calm precision in a chaotic world. The legacy of the Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 also lies in its influence on design philosophy. Modern Mercedes sedans, though more advanced, continue to echo its proportions, grille geometry, and cabin logic. The emphasis on driver visibility, structural integrity, and tactile controls owes much to the lessons learned from the W126 platform. Even the brand's ongoing commitment to safety innovation traces its lineage to the engineering breakthroughs introduced in this car. The ripple effect extended beyond Mercedes. Competitors studied the W126's blend of refinement and restraint to redefine their own standards. The result was an industry-wide shift toward maturity in luxury vehicle design, where quiet confidence replaced ostentation. Owning a 560 SEL today is not simply a matter of nostalgia. It is participation in a philosophy of craftsmanship that resists obsolescence. Enthusiasts describe the driving experience as meditative, an engagement with motion stripped of distraction. The mechanical steering, analog instrumentation, and linear throttle create a rhythm that connects driver and machine. Each sound and movement feels intentional, engineered to build trust. When maintained, the car still glides at highway speeds with poise that belies its age. This timeless composure continues to attract new admirers who recognize that technological progress has not necessarily improved the fundamentals of comfort and control. The 560 SEL also serves as a reminder of the human element in design. Every detail was shaped by engineers and craftsmen who viewed their work as legacy. In a world now dominated by digital development cycles, that level of devotion feels rare. Yet it offers a lesson. Authenticity comes from purpose, not from novelty. The W126 generation demonstrated that excellence is cumulative. Each improvement built upon decades of refinement rather than reinvention. Its endurance on today's roads is proof that timelessness is achievable when quality is prioritized over haste. The social meaning of the 560 SEL evolved too. Once a symbol of power, it has become a symbol of integrity. Owners who restore these cars often speak of preserving values as much as vehicles. They maintain them not merely for performance but to keep alive an idea that success can be quiet, that mastery can be subtle, and that greatness endures through discipline, not extravagance. When one observes a 560 SEL in motion today, it feels less like nostalgia and more like continuity. It reminds us that progress should not erase wisdom. The car's survival across continents and decades proves that the pursuit of perfection, once achieved, can outlast fashion. In museums, private garages, and daily commutes, the Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 continues to represent a bridge between eras. The mechanical past and the digital present, the pursuit of excellence and the acceptance of compromise. It invites reflection on what luxury truly means, and whether we have moved closer to it or drifted away. The answer may lie in the silence that follows when its door closes, that soft mechanical seal that isolates the world outside. It is a sound of completion, of precision fulfilled, and of a promise kept by those who built something meant to endure. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 remains a reference point not only in engineering but in the philosophy of what defines true luxury. Time has tested its materials, challenged its mechanics, and redefined the market it once ruled. Yet the car still stands as a reminder of an era when excellence was measured in endurance rather than spectacle. In revisiting its story, we see how a single model could embody an entire worldview. One that believed progress should be deliberate, not rushed. The 560 SEL taught that power gains meaning only when matched by control, and comfort only matters when paired with confidence. Its creators understood that a great car is not one that tries to do everything, but one that does everything it promises with consistency. That focus made it timeless. Modern enthusiasts and engineers continue to study its structure, drive feel, and interior logic because they reflect clarity of purpose. The car proves that simplicity, executed perfectly, can feel more advanced than complexity done hastily. It remains an engineering artifact that bridges past craftsmanship with future ambition. The lessons it carries extend beyond automobiles. The W126 560 SEL's legacy challenges how we define luxury and progress in any field. It reminds us that reliability, refinement, and restraint can coexist with innovation. In a world now driven by screens, software, and constant updates, its mechanical precision feels almost philosophical. A meditation on permanence in a culture obsessed with novelty. This is why its reputation grows stronger each year. Nostalgia alone cannot explain it. The appeal comes from authenticity, from the confidence of a machine that fulfills its promises decades later without pretense. The car's endurance has become symbolic of values worth preserving. Quality that resists obsolescence, craftsmanship that outlives marketing cycles, and design that respects its own purpose. Owners and admirers see in the 560 SEL a mirror of a time when mastery was tangible, when you could hear, feel, and trust every mechanical decision. It is that honesty, that mechanical truth, that continues to resonate. The Mercedes-Benz W126 560 SEL of 1986 was not built for instant gratification but for enduring relevance. It has achieved exactly that. As we conclude this story, remember that legacies like this are rare because they are earned through intention. When a machine transcends its specifications to become a standard of integrity, it stops being just a vehicle. It becomes a definition. For the 560 SEL, that definition remains unmatched. The quiet peak of 1980s luxury power, where confidence spoke softly and excellence never needed to shout.